in association with
na kile nakumbuka ni kwamba alifyatua risasi, manake hiyo risasi ni majaliwa Mungu tu. Hiyo risasi ilinipita hapa kwa kichwa.
On Look Up News tonight, remembering Westgate, 9 years of the terror attack, survivors confront painful memories.
At least hii pesa yenye tumeokoa kwa kupata mbolea ya chini itatusaidia hata kulipia watoto wetu school fees.
Kisii County receives bags of fertilizers as promised by President William Ruto.
It is unconstitutional to allocate funds to the CDF before the division of revenue.
And Chief Justice Martha Koome insists CDF is unconstitutional.
Yippee! Kamata ploti na 349K. Oh yes, for only 349,000 Kenyan shillings, you become a plot owner at the Great Oasis Gardens, Nanyuki. The Great Oasis Gardens, Nanyuki is located along the Nanyuki-Rumuruti Road, only 11 minutes from the City Mall and right opposite Mount Kenya Wildlife Estate. This is the best place to establish the getaway home that you have always dreamt about. For every 349,000 that you deposit or pay as installment towards any of Optiven's plot of land, you get 10K cash back instantly. Jaza basi twende Nanyuki. Bigger is indeed better.
As the government seeks to fulfill their promise of providing subsidized fertilizer, farmers in Kisii County are a happy lot after receiving their 10,000 bags of fertilizer to enhance production.
Just a week after President William Ruto promised to deliver on subsidized fertilizer during his inauguration, the commodity has been availed to farmers in Kisii as the county received at least 10,000 bags of fertilizer. Most farmers who had planted without fertilizer made their way into the warehouse, saying that the government had given them the opportunity to equalize on their produce.
Ninashukuru serikali yetu kwa kutuletea mbolea. Mimi niliposikia last evening ya kwamba mbolea imefika, imenifanya leo tu nikamkia na nimepata mbolea.
Msimu wa upanzi ulikuwa uanze mwezi wa 8. Hadi sasa wengi hawajapanda. Na wale ambao wamepanda bila mbolea. Sasa hii mbolea ambayo tumeipata leo inaweza ikatusaidia at least kufanya mashamba tuweze kupata chakula.
Doris Megutu, a farmer in the county, urged the government to provide them with CAN for efficient farming.
Serikali imetuonea huruma, imetuletea mbolea kwa bei iliyo chini. Tumekuwa tukinunua mbolea kwa shilingi 6,500 kwa kila bag. Lakini sasa hivi siku hii ya leo nina furaha kuwatangazia wakulima wenzangu ya kwamba kuna mbolea katika huu mji wetu wa Kisii. Ningeomba serikali itusaidie kwa kutuletea mbolea ya CN ambayo itatusaidia kama wakulima ili tukipalilia haya mahindi yetu tuweze kunyunyuzia mbolea ya CN iweze ikatusaidia kuzalisha mahindi mingi.
However, in Nandi County, the subsidized fertilizer is yet to be available, with most farmers exuding confidence that the government will avail the product in due time.
Tumengoja mbolea, imekuja kwa Agrovet, mbolea bado ni bei ghali sana. Mbolea sasa ni 6,500. Tumengoja mbolea serikali, bado tunangoja. NCPB, Mosoriot, bado tuna matumaini kwamba mbolea yenyewe itafika most probably before the end of next week as we were promised by our president. So we are very, very hopeful and we pray that utapata mbolea ndio tuweze kupanda mimea zetu.
Na jambo ambalo naomba Wakenya tuwe naye ni subira tu, kwa sababu tulikuwa tumeahidiwa hii wiki na hii wiki haijakamilika, kwa hivyo tuwe na subira.
The farmers indicated that the fertilizers available are still expensive, hoping that the prices will fall even further in the next few months.
Ule rais wetu ambaye ni Asla Ruto amesema kwamba mbolea itafika by 3,500 by ile 50 kg, but tunaimani by next year January itakuwa 2,500 na kila mkulima atakuwa na fursa ya kununua mbolea kwa bei iliyo kwa maduka.
Ian Keitani, Lookuptv.
On this day, 9 years back, Westgate was the site of a major terrorist attack. 68 people were reported dead, and those who survived were stuck with their stories for life.
On Saturday, 21st September 2013, gunshots rented the air at the Westgate Mall in Westlands in Nairobi. Four terrorists attacked the store, shooting indiscriminately at sellers and customers. A 3-day long that left at least 67 people dead and 170 others with injuries, leaving scars that remain a reminder of the trauma. On that sunny afternoon, Ben Mulwa had gone for lunch with his friend at the mall, and though he cheated death, he was left with a bullet wound on his foot. 9 years later, Mulwa is now working with the Kilifi County government, and he says the events of that day changed his perspective of life. A lesson he learned to be grateful for each day and never take life for granted.
Hadi siku ya leo nashukuru Mungu, manake hakuna chochote cha maana ama kitu special ambacho naweza sema nilikuwa nimefanya ndio Mungu akanusuru maisha yangu na wengine wakapoteza maisha yao pale. Ni jambo liliniuma sana kuona watoto wadogo ambao walipigwa risasi pale na wakarushiwa hizo gruneti na hawakuwa na hatia yoyote. Na tangu siku hiyo vile kwa kimombo tunasema I don't take anything for granted. I don't. And ninaamini ya kwamba kuna sababu ambao Mungu aliyaokoa maisha yangu. Na ndipo huwa nachukulia kila siku kwa kushukuru na kuamini ya kwamba kama kuna jambo lolote ama kama kuna kazi yote ambayo Mungu amenuia niweze kufanya katika maisha, azidi kuniongoza.
Mulwa also says that although there was no coordination among the security apparatus on the day of the attack, currently strong strategies have been put in place to prevent such an incident from occurring again, with security enhanced in different public areas, including shopping areas and entertainment areas.
Ikawa pia kuna maafisa wametumwa kutoka vitengo tofauti. Sasa NIS wametuma watu wao, wamevaa nguo civilian na wako na mabunduki. Polisi wa kawaida kutoka Parklands na kwingine hapo wamerespond, wao na pia wako na command tofauti. KDF na wao wamewasili, wako na command tofauti. Pia GSU wako pale, wako na command tofauti. Hiyo confusion nadhani ilitugharimu pakubwa sana. Kwa hivyo tukio lile lilikuwa mismanaged, response ilikuwa mismanaged. Lakini ukitazama kufikia leo hii, tumepiga hatua kubwa sana kama taifa katika kupambana na matukio haya ya ugaidi. Mara mengi ukitazama hata juzi uliona kulikuwa na uwezekano wa tukio hapa Mombasa, na ikawa intelligence imepatikana in good time na response ikawa mzuri, wakaweza kuzimwa.
Mwaka wa 2000 in 2020, 7 years after the attack that left the world in shock, the court sentenced 2 suspects, Mohammed Ahmed Abdi and Hussein Hassan Mustafa, who were accused of planning and aiding a terrorist group responsible for the attack at the mall. The Westgate terrorist attack, the first of its kind in Kenya, compelled the government to strengthen its capacity to investigate and prosecute terrorists in line with international human rights obligations. Edwin John Mokora, Lookuptv.
President William Ruto is currently attending the 77th United Nations General Assembly in New York. The president will also address the assembly 9 p.m., a little under an hour from now. That is within our time, which is just about 9 o'clock. The president is also scheduled to hold bilateral talks with the U.S. President Joe Biden.
Mr. Secretary General, how are you? See you. My pleasure. Thank you very much. And thank you for putting... Mr. Secretary General, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's go in.
There was commotion this morning in West Pokot County Assembly after MCAs blocked an aspirant vying for the seat of Speaker. They claimed he was not a local. And in Meru, the High Court stopped the swearing in of 4 nominated members, citing their insuitability to hold office.
This was the situation on Wednesday morning at the West Pokot County Assembly. Chaos broke out after MCAs denied entry to Ahmed Desi, who was one of the contestants for the speaker position, claiming that he was not a local at all. After the commotion, the leaders claimed that they will not allow a non-native to take charge of the county at all costs.
Sisi tunashangaa sana leo. Kuna mtu anaingia kwa bunge ya West Pokot, huyo ni mwizi, nasikia anatoka Isiolo. Alafu watu wanatoka Isiolo wanataka kuchukua nafasi. Haiwezekani. Haiwezekani.
In Meru County, the Supreme Court has stopped the swearing in of 4 appointed members, saying that they are not suitable to hold office.
Prohibiting and restraining the clerk of the county assembly from presiding over the swearing in of the published marginalized persons in Gazette Notice number 10712.
The suspension of these 4 did not stop the swearing of the elected members, where the hereditary judge said that the case of the 4 will be heard on 23rd of this month.
Avoidance of doubt, this order does not affect the swearing in of the elected members of the County Assembly of Meru.
In other news,
I, Cheruiyot Meli Philemon, having been elected as Speaker of the County Assembly of Nandi County.
Lawyer Philemon Cheruiyot is the Speaker of Nandi County, and this is after he garnered 34 votes, brushing out his competitor Patrick Kitur, who garnered only 10 votes.
Do swear that
earlier on, former Secretary General Kipkurui Chepkwony stepped aside for his contestant, stating that he was giving a chance to the UDA candidate after negotiations.
I, Nelson Mukabuyo, do swear in the name of the Almighty God.
In Kiambu County, members of the County Assembly took the oath of office, constituting of 82 councillors, 60 whom are elected, while 26 were just appointed.
That I shall always truly and diligently serve the people and the Republic of Kenya.
Kariuki Nduati, Lookuptv.
Chief Justice Martha Koome has maintained the Constituency Development Fund is illegal while addressing the senators through a recorded video during the second day of induction. Koome added that the Supreme Court is committed to protecting and defending devolution and the gains made through a devolved system. Shadrach Araya reports.
The senators ate day 2 of their induction retreat in Naivasha, Nakuru County.
In all our committees, is there a way JLAC can then try to consult with the judiciary so that we don't continue wasting public funds?
Chief Justice Martha Koome, through a recorded video, called on the senators to play an authoritative role of overseeing and protecting the constitution mandate, the CJ stating that the Supreme Court is committed to defend the devolution. Home to reiterate that the Constituency Development Fund, CDF, is illegal as it interferes with the devolved function of the counties in executing their roles.
It is unconstitutional to allocate funds to the CDF before the division of revenue between the national and county governments. In addition, it was the position of the Supreme Court that the CDF offends the division of functions between the national and county governments to allow a CDF an instrumentality of the national government to undertake functions devolved to the counties. This clearly underscored the separation of power and that delivery of service is devolved to the county.
Koome stated that the courts have been the foremost defender of the devolution, noting that when the devolution was threatened, the court stepped in to defend.
Therefore, I've been at the foremost to defend the devolution. In every instance where devolution has been threatened, the courts have listened to the calling, and specifically the Supreme Court has stepped in to defend the spirit of the devolution. On the 15th May 2020, the Supreme Court rendered an advisory opinion on how the recurrent failure between the Senate and the National Assembly to agree on the Division of Revenue Bill would be resolved.
Shadrack Kareria, Lookuptv.
And I know
Muslim preachers are cautioning the Salaries and Remuneration Commission against increasing salaries for members of parliament and senators. The leaders are calling on the government to be mindful of the prevailing tough economic times. This and more in our local roundup.
Arrived at the workstation, started off his work, but unfortunately ran out of oxygen and fell into the well, dying instantly.
Nilikuwa nimetoka tu town kushuka hivi, akakuja na ndugu yangu mkubwa kuniambia twende huko shamba, kuna kitu fulani nataka tuone huko. Nilikuwa kuwauliza nini inaendelea. Kanabali twende kwanza tu tutaonea huko, tuone nini kuna kitu ya kunisaidia kwenda kutusaidia huko. Fika nikaona shimo, nikajua sasa anafanya kazi ya maji. Sasa nikajua basi sasa hiyo kama ni maji.
Firefighters from Kakamega County who responded to the incident recovered his body and transferred it to Mumia's morgue as burial arrangement commenced. In other news, a section of market women popularly known as Mama Mboga from Kayole, Nairobi, have urged President William Ruto to consider bringing Hustler Fund to save the women and youth as soon as possible. Speaking while protesting against eviction of some traders from their premises, the women called on the government to consider protecting young business against exploitation and discrimination on alcohol drinks.
Your Excellency, kindly, wherever you are, try to control the economy of Kenya. Wherever you are, try to control the economy of Kenya. Because even us, for now, hata tumeshindwa kukulisha watoto kwa poma. Kuna zile funds alikuwa anasema sawa mama mboga. Na sisi atufungulia account kama wa mama mboga. Ili tupata hata mtu atapata loan ya shilingi 20,000 anafanyia biashara. Sababu saa hii hakuna mtu ataweza kupea hata 10 bob.
And bar and restaurant owners from Murang'a have expressed their fear on the proposed increase of excess duty on alcohol drinks. The entrepreneurs have stated that an increase on alcoholic products by 6.3% will force most of them to shut down their businesses.
We really request the government to go with the plan of increasing the beer prices by 6.3%. Kwa sababu to add that percentage, it means our customers would really not be able to consume the Kenya Breweries beer, which is actually we would say is the beer which is known. People who pay taxes from Kenya Breweries do pay taxes.
They are now calling on the government to spare them losses and find other ways to raise revenue.
You're watching the news on Lookuptv. We're going to a short break and we'll be back with more.
Hi there, good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching us from. My name is Maki Wambogo, Sales Manager, Otieno Real Estate, and I'm here at our head office, Absa Towers, located at Reuters Street. Today, I'm here to talk about our newest project, that is Great Oasis Gardens, Nanyuki, and it is located only 10 minutes drive from Cedar Mall. And in this project, we have proposed that we will be having a GMC Entertainment Center. This will be a replica of what we have in Kitengela, GMC Kitengela. We are also proposing a police post, so you are assured that security, once you invest here, security is good. And we are also proposing to have a playing ground. We are also going to have a community ground. So once you invest here, you don't have to worry about the security. The other things, among the things that we are doing, or the things that we have done already in Great Oasis Gardens, we have already done the marking fence, and the roads, the internal roads are already happening. We have started the maraming the road, and we are still in the process of doing the maraming of the internal roads. And we are also sinking a borehole so that we ensure that our investors in Great Oasis Gardens, Nanyuki, will not struggle with water. We are also going to elevate a water tower so that we have a constant supply of water in this project. And we also have a caretaker on site. The caretaker is on site and he's there 24/7. And then we also have different sizes in in this project. We are having eighths, we are having quarters, we are having halves, and we are also having acres. One can buy in bulk, you can buy in big chunks, and that is why we are saying in Great Oasis Gardens Nanyuki, we are saying that bigger is better. In this project, what you can invest in, you can invest in private schools, you can also do holiday homes, whereby you can do Airbnb, you can also do holiday homes and then you start renting, and you can also build houses and sell. You can also do apartments in this area, you can also do supermarkets, you can also build a mall and then you start renting. There is so much that you can do in this project because it is not controlled development. We are also located along Nanyuki Rumuruti Road, and this road is being proposed to be tarmacked by the government. So coming from Nanyuki or coming from wherever you be coming from, it will be very easy to access the project because it is touching the Nanyuki Rumuruti Road, which is going to be tarmacked by the government. My number is +254 722 355 107. Do not be left behind. Call that number. I will work with you. If you're in Kenya, give me a call. We go for the site visit. We select the project. We start the payment. If you're in diaspora, send a representative, and I will be delighted to work with you. And as we say here in Optiven, we shine because you make us shine. God bless you. Thank you.
Flights through the streets of Central Park in New York.
In the day's sport, embattled football